Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa, and in this video, I'm going to do a warm fall look using Laura Geller. I'm going to feature this palette called the Toasty Treasures. It has a eyeshadow palette and a blush and a highlighter, and they're just kind of, I feel like, fall-ish with these looks. It is late September here in Texas, not really feeling fall yet, but I'm kind of in the fall spirit. So that's what we're going to do. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On my channel, I do a lot of health, beauty, lifestyle, and a little bit about me. I am 55 years old. My skin is, I guess, combination, very oily through the T-zone still at my age. And obviously 55-year-old, so I guess mature skin. But welcome, and if you like this video, please check out my channel, see what else is here, like the video, subscribe, because it definitely helps. So let's dig right in and start with the Laura Geller Spackle Skin Perfecting Primer. So I've learned a little of this goes a long way, so let me just get a little, oh, I need to get it out. Ooh. Design flaw here, Laura Geller. Get this better. I have to like shake it. Okay, I finally got some. Sheesh. So I have learned that, like I said, a little of this does go a long way. And so many times I just honestly forget to use primer altogether. So while that's doing its thing, I'm going to be brave and not use any type of concealer on my skin. So the only thing I'm going to do is put just a little dab of this Cosmetics Bye Bye Undereye right under my eye. But I normally, if you watch any of my makeup videos, you know I use like a stick concealer or some type of concealer just to spot conceal. But I'm feeling bold, not going to do that. So I'm just going to dab this on to brighten the under eye, take it up over the lids a little bit. Hope you're all having a good fall wherever you are. So I'm going to go in with the powder foundations. This packaging, I've not had these all that long, and it's already, the name has worn off. But these are the Baked Balance and Brighten foundations. I have light and medium because I feel like my stomach's growling. I don't know if you just heard that. My goodness, I can't get things open. I feel like the medium can be a little bit too warm-ish at times, and the light by itself for me is too light. So I just kind of do a little combo number with these. So here's the light, if you've never used these before, and the medium. So the one really nice thing about these, if you haven't used them before, and if you've used something like Bare Minerals, oh, this is my mirror. I just realized it's in the picture. These are much nicer in terms of not making a mess. And wear test is similar. I have a wear test video. I'll probably do another one at some point in the future, but they're nice. And, you know, some people just swear by them. I am going to try to remember to use setting spray today. So maybe the combination of both having primer on and then putting the setting spray on will definitely help with the wear, I think. And I've heard too that it really helps with the finish. Like it almost looks better as the day goes on. I want to get some of that. I think it's setting spray by L'Oreal. That's like the kind of can, you know, aerosol, I guess that would be called. I've heard great things about that. I don't have it yet. So if you've tried that, put it in the comments. Let me know if that's like a game changer with this. Just lifted the camera up a little bit. So I have their brush too, this brush for the foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and go on in and just mix medium and light together. So just grab a little bit of each and go in and swirl. And you can see I have like things on here that I need to cover and correct, but I'm just going to see how this goes. Never too afraid to let my skin show, because I just don't think putting more product on as you get older is the answer. It doesn't always look so great, in my opinion. But if you want that full makeup look, by all means, you do you. I just found at, I was going back to fall a minute. I was at the Dollar Tree just perusing the other day and stumbled upon like the LA Colors has this whole line of fall inspired like makeup, and it was so fun. It was like pumpkin spice, little like 3 little eyeshadow palettes and like blush, and there's lip gloss. And I thought, well, that's a fun way to enjoy the season for pretty cheap and no calories, right? You don't have to go buy a pumpkin spice latte, although there's nothing wrong with that either. Looking away from the camera, it's sometimes I just use my phone as my mirror. So that's where I'm looking. So let me just kind of assess how this is looking and put it up over the eyes a little bit. Just kind of use that as an eyeshadow base and assess. I feel like in the phone camera, it looks so much, I don't want to say orangier, but warmer than it does in real life in my mirror. So for what that's worth. But you know, I kind of want to cover this a little bit more. So I'm going to try something. Because you know, if you've used Bare Minerals, they sell that, I don't know if they still do, but they have like powder concealer. I'm going to use these in that way. So I'm going to just take like a concealer brush and I'm going to swirl this around, mostly in the medium, and just kind of see if I can, oh, that worked right there. At least in my mind it did. Okay, wait, that works, I think. At least for my liking. I mean, I'm not a super full coverage person anymore, but I do just have a couple areas that I wanted a little bit of extra cover. I think that's okay. For the bronzer, I'm going to use my bronzer that's in this kit, which is the Best of the Best Baked Full Face Basics. It looks like this. I'm going to use this bronzer. I don't know if I'm going to use this blush yet because this one has a blush in it, so I'll probably try to use this one, but we'll see. But definitely going to use this bronzer. And my experience with this one is it's not quite as pigmented as some bronzers that I use. I feel like sometimes I can't even see it. So just kind of get on there. I do really like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I think in that one, I have like the medium shade or maybe the medium dark. So this is not as dark as that, but actually it's okay. This will do. I don't want to be too orange looking either. All right, so now I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to open this. I haven't even used this. I've had it for a little while and just, I guess I've been saving it. So I need to take the plastic off, but this is what it looks like. It is Laura Geller, Laura's Essentials Toasty Treasures, 12 multi-finish eyeshadows, 1 highlighter, 1 blush. Okay, so let me open the packaging. And I'm gonna start with the blush here. So get my blush brush and get it on there. It's nice, pretty subtle. It's a nice kind of look for fall because it's like a, I don't even know, the shade is called Ignite on the blush. It's definitely like a, how can I describe this color? Like a tawny rose. I don't know if that makes sense. That's kind of what speaks to me there. All right. I might use the highlighter in a little bit. I'll come back to that though. And for the eyes, there's many directions you could go with this palette. You could keep it almost like warmer and a little bit lighter, but I want to focus on some of these richer, warmer tones because again, I'm after a warm fall toasty look. So that's what I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to start like the all over color. Let me point to the right one. This one here called Mellow. So I think I'm going to utilize the Mellow and I'm going to try to focus on some of these shades. So that's kind of the direction I think I'm going to go here. So after that, I'll just tell you what I'm dipping into because they all have names. Let me get the right brush here. Okay, so for the mellow, I take this and let me get in here. And I will just put this all over the lid and up above the brow bone. This is just kind of a very light neutral, good base color. And I like to do it up over the brow bone because when you open your eye, I want to be able to see it. And one of my eyes, one is like droopier than the other. So you see more of like this eyelid, but this one is more hooded, meaning it comes down over. So by putting the color up and over, when you open your eye, you can see it more, and actually it is a little bit more lifted, although this is a very subtle color. So now I'm going to dip into the color called Savor, which is, which one? This one right here. This is more just a mid-tone, kind of do the same thing, but more focus it on the outer half. And then just step back, assess. I look in the mirror and really just, if you look ahead, you can see where you need to place it so that you can see it. Because if you don't see it and it's all hidden down there, it almost makes the eye appear a little more closed off. All right, now I'm going to go dip into one of the deeper colors yet called Hearth. And focus this on the outer portion of the eyelid. I'm really just patting it on at this point. I might lift it up a little, and I'm gonna blend. So now I've got it on, now I can blend and just gently blend, keeping everything kind of up. And don't worry if you don't like how it's looking at the top, because I'm gonna blend that out with a very light highlight right underneath the eyebrow. That'll kind of soften any hard edge. So now I'm gonna go in with the deepest color, and it's called Kindling right here, the very outer corner. Let me get the right brush. And I just like to deepen this outer corner of my eye. Ooh, fallout alert. We'll have to brush that off. That's why some people like doing their eyes first, but that always just feels weird to me, so. All right, and then I am going to utilize a couple of the shimmery colors. I'm gonna take the darkest one called Embrace here and get it some on my finger and just pat it on over the outer portion here. I'm making a mess under the eye there. Okay, and then I'm going to take, what to do? Let me try some of these. That one's light. Crackle. All right, I'm gonna take Crackle here and I'm gonna put that on the inner corner or more inner eyelid. Yeah, like that. I like that. All right, like that. Feeling extra shimmery, so I'm going to go in this time with a dense brush. I'm gonna try this Plush shimmery color just to kind of fuse the two together. I'm gonna see if this even works. I've already made a mess that I have to clean up, so I'm kind of like, what is the term? Stippling it on there just ever so gently. I don't even know if you can tell, but. All right. So the final thing for the top of the eye here, I just want to soften and highlight and kind of blend things together. So to do that, I'm actually going to bring this thing back out, and there is a baked highlighter, this French vanilla shade. That's what I think I'm going to do. So I'm going to get some on a very soft, fluffy brush, swirl it in there, and just take it up under the brow, go back and forth and kind of blend any harsh line that might be up above. Very subtle, but softening any lines. I'm going to add some eyeliner now. I'm using the Laura Geller Gel Eyeliner in brown. Certainly use whatever shade you want. I do like to do it right, like pretty much at the lash line. I'm not a big liner person, more like just tight lining. So I get in there just right at the lash, even up under a little bit. And then make it kind of go up rather than down. So there's eyeliner, no eyeliner. I'm going to go in and do the same thing on the other side. Eyeliner's on. Now this next step I almost always don't do, but just because I'm feeling fall toasty eye, I do think I'm going to take one of these shades of eyeshadow and just lightly line underneath my eyes before I do the cleanup here. So for this, I think I'm going to go in with this shade called Hearth, and I have a little round brush that I'm going to do this. Just ever so lightly. And I don't know if I mentioned when I was talking about the Dollar Tree fall makeup, because I had such fun finding the products. I made a little YouTube short showing some of them. I like making Dollar Tree makeup videos, but apparently you all don't enjoy them as much as I do. They're some of my, I love finding those things and trying them. But so I made a short showing the products rather than a full-blown YouTube video with a full face of it. Happy to do it. If anybody's interested, let me know. All right. Eyes are done except for mascara, but before I do mascara, I just want to clean up a little bit under the eyes. So I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. First, brush off excess. That got most of it, I think. And then I'll take this thing and I do that, and it accomplishes two things. It gets off any makeup fallout, but the bigger thing it does, it helps lift that a little bit to give it that appearance of going up. If you don't like how far out it goes, just take your finger and wipe it away. But makeup cleanup, and then helps with the eyeliner eyeshadow look. Okay, before I do my mascara, I want to, now that I've done cleanup, I want to just go in with a dab of this highlighter that's in this kit. It's called Ember. And just kind of pat it on the top of the cheekbones. I don't highlight my nose. It gets shiny enough as is. So, and if you want it, I don't know how light that is. No, I'm not going to try that. Never mind. All right, just a little or a lot, whatever you're feeling. And then I will go in. If you do eyebrows, do them now. I will, or I don't know when you do them. I'm not going to tell you when to do your eyebrows. But I'm going to do setting spray and then comb through my eyebrows to utilize the setting spray to help kind of set the eyebrows into place. I don't have Laura Geller setting spray. This is a Physicians Formula I got on clearance at Walmart. So I will take an eyebrow brush, comb through. Setting spray stinks. So I don't know if that means it's bad. Can it go bad? It does not smell good. I do have Laura Geller mascara. Always There mascara in the shade black, I believe. So I'm just going to go in with this. And as mascaras go, I feel like Laura Geller is like team clumpy mascara. I know people are particular about their mascaras. I'm not that particular. I think in general, I don't like clumpier mascara, but I've gotten used to it and I can adapt. All right, our last step is lips. I have Laura Geller's Smart Pout Transfer Proof Lipstick in the shade Expert. So I will use that. It's a pink shade. Actually, I think this complements this palette pretty well. I'm going to blot it a bit. Whoops. And then I'm going to top it with, I have some of their Laura Geller Jelly Balm Nourishing Lip Serum in Neutral Ground. It's just kind of a topper here. Okay. I'll be honest, I don't think this stuff is this exciting. I have other lip glosses I like so much better. Wet n Wild, Maybelline Lifter gloss. I like those better than this, but for the sake of being consistent today, I'm using Laura Geller. Okay, let me take this out of my hair, clean up, and I'll come back to show you how I look right in front of the window. All right, back with the finished look. I think it looks nice color-wise. Let's check out the eyes. I like it for, just a nice warm, toasty look for fall. Not thrilled with how shiny I'm already looking. So I have a little napkin. I can blot some of that extra shine. But anyway, have you tried this palette, or do you have a favorite Laura Geller palette? If so, please share in the comments so we can check it out ourselves. But again, this is just achieved with mostly Laura Geller products. And like I said, feel free to look around at some of my other videos. If you're interested in a wear test, I have that. Bare Minerals also. And then let me know what else you would like in terms of makeup and makeup reviews. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.